used to think I knew everything, man. I knew all the shit. And all of a sudden, I don't know shit. I'm one of the dumbest motherfuckers ever lived.
Richard Pryor made crowds cry laughing with comedy material no one else would touch. These are Richard Pryor's funniest stand-up moments. The Mafia nightclub story.
Italian people all Italian people are not in the Mafia, whether you believe it or not. They're not, really. Most of them work for the Mafia, but they're all not in the Mafia.
He tells the story of working in a Mafia club like it was just a normal job, with that calm delivery making every new detail hit even harder.
I busted into the office with this all right, give me the money. Doing my best black shit, you know. You know, that shit usually scare Whitey to death.
In the jungle.
But in the jungle, if you see a rabbit, you get nervous. Because the rabbit be looking at you and I'm like, roll the window up, dear. It's just a rabbit. Ain't no rabbit ever looked at me like that.
Pryor makes the jungle sound scary and silly at the same time, talking about animals in ways that make you see the whole scene in your head.
I saw 3 lions chase down like a Cape buffalo. That's the baddest on 4 legs, except for these chasing it. And the lioness, they work around like in teams, give signals. You know they can't talk.
The Mudbone Act.
Do what? All right, this is the last time Mudbone will be seen anywhere.
Mudbone feels like a real person the second Richard starts doing the voice, giving the character so many little details, the whole thing comes alive fast.
And ladies and gentlemen, from Tupelo, Mississippi, Mudbone. Now, I know that boy. See, he fucked. See, that fire got on his ass.
The Freebasing Joke.
Make sure everyone eats. If not each other, food.
This is one of his most famous stand-up moments because it's wild, honest, and fearless, taking a terrible part of his life and somehow making it hilarious.
Americans, Reagan get in, you stop. When Carter was in, we all the time. There was nothing else to do. Hey, let's. President making a speech, let's. Reagan in now, everybody listen to this. We can't now.
Why Richard stopped drinking.
I stopped drinking. I used to drink a lot. Been 7 months. It's really strange. Huh?
I don't believe that shit.
Oh, you don't have to. I know you ain't gonna believe it because you up.
He talks about drinking like he barely survived the whole experience, turning bad choices into sharp, funny pictures.
No, I just thought I'd try that for a while, after 20 years. Give yourself a break. I'll probably die tomorrow. Trying to slow down, But it's different.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Well.
Pyror gives relationship advice.
I am married. I don't round. That's right. When you are married, say you don't around if you got any brains. My wife, did you? No, I was not her. I don't care what you think you saw. I was not.
Richard makes love advice sound messy and risky, saying things that feel true but pushing them just far enough to get huge laughs.
Because I am no day at the beach. I know I'm hard to get along with. I know that because I might wake up in the morning and go, hey, wake up. What was that shit you said last February?
We've got no more liquor.
I don't know why. I don't know why my wives put up with my ass so long with me. Because I would act ignorant. I wasn't even close to being normal. I was ignorant. I couldn't stop drinking till the bartender say, we got no more liquor.
The panic starts right away as he takes one problem and makes it feel like the end of the world with the joke building, because everybody understands how people act when they want more and can't get it.
Married to the white and the black. I'm telling you, there is no difference except subtle shit you can pull on the white women that you can't pull on black women. You know, like in an argument or something, you can pull that shit like, hey, baby, it's a black thing.
The prison visit.
Blow my face off with the shotgun while I got my hands on your nuts. So there'll be some evidence. Right? The police come in, I open his hand.
Richard takes prison talk and makes it sound tense, weird, and funny all at once, knowing how to build fear, then break it with a laugh.
Gene Wilder, I did a movie. I went to, not me personally, I went to do a film in penitentiary. And I was up there 6 weeks, Arizona State Penitentiary. It was something. Oh, you're applauding for that?
The scene feels real because he keeps adding small details without ever rushing the punchline. The Nuke Joke.
I mean, hey man, if they had a nuclear war, right, they wouldn't have to drop no bombs. All they have to do is tell us they're going to, then announce to us, find the fallout shelters. Because ain't a here know in one act. Let's get to the shelter, right? Oh shit, well, wait a minute, I know where it was in high school. Wait a minute,
Pryor takes the terrifying abstraction of nuclear weapons and talks about it like a regular person trying to make sense of the incomprehensible. He brings apocalyptic scenarios down to earth, treating global annihilation like a neighborhood problem you might discuss over coffee. The New Orleans bit.
This is a strange place though, New Orleans, because you can't tell what no is down here. No, because you look white and be black. And then the black ones talk that funny kind of shit. You know, you talk to them and say, wait, what is it?
Richard makes the city feel wild and full of strange energy with his voice, and timing doing all the heavy lifting from the first word.
What do you want? You come back, you like me, yeah? And the girl say, you gonna f me for true? Shit like that, you know, this is shit. See, you go up north, white folks don't know what to do. You must say, well, it's a different kind.
His reactions to everything around him create the sensation that you're walking the streets with him in real time. I used to be a thief.
Then finally, my old lady called Jim Brown up. She said, Jim gonna come over and talk to you. Jim Brown. I'll show Jim Brown. I'm the man. I don't give a fuck. Nobody afraid of Jim Brown here. And Jim was coming in the driveway. I got all nervous. Boom, jingling. Where's it? Jim Brown. Oh, shit, let me get it.
The title admits failure before the story starts. Then Richard makes every attempted crime sound even more pathetically executed.
Jim say, what you gonna do? So, what do you mean? What you gonna do about that shit? What? I'm doing what I want to do.
He turns incompetent robbery into a full comedy showcase, with each new detail adding another layer of embarrassing disaster.
You know, I ain't afraid of you, you know. You ain't no movie star to me. I ain't scared of you. I'm your friend. What you gonna do? You gonna get well, or you gonna end our friendship? What you gonna do? The pipe said, don't listen.
His criminal career sounds less dangerous than accidental, with plans falling apart through sheer stupidity. Mudbone goes to Hollywood.
What? Do what? All right, this is the last time Mudbone will be seen anyway.
Richard drops his Mudbone character into Hollywood, creating immediate comedy through pure cultural collision. The old man remains authentic while surrounded by manufactured glamour, exposing the artificiality through contrast.
You know, now, I know that boy. See, that fire got on his ass.
Mudbone treats movie stars and executives with the same casual indifference he'd show anyone back home. His down-home wisdom cuts through industry pretension without him even trying. He's the character's voice perfectly, never letting Hollywood's energy change Mudbone's grounded perspective. The fish-out-of-water premise works because Mudbone never attempts to fit in or impress anyone. He observes Tinseltown excess with bemused detachment, treating absurd situations as mildly interesting oddities. The bit functions as social commentary disguised as character work, with every observation landing like subtle criticism. Mudbone asking simple questions about why people do what they do exposes Hollywood's emptiness. The character's refusal to be impressed by fame or wealth becomes the recurring punchline. Richard shows how one honest person can reveal an entire culture's foolishness just by staying himself. Pryor visits Africa.
So much to see there for the eye and the heart of the black people, because white people, you'll go there and you get ideas, well, that's the way the black people in America should be, walking around with sticks.
Richard transforms his Africa trip into a comic adventure, acting out how it felt rather than just describing what happened. Every new detail gives him another chance to react, keeping the entire story feeling vibrant and alive.
But man, you go, I went to the mother, I was gonna find my roots, right? 700 million black people, not one of them knew me.
He approaches the continent with genuine curiosity, mixed with distinctly American tourist nervousness. Culture shock becomes comedy through vivid physical performance and precise voice work. His preconceptions about Africa get destroyed immediately upon arrival, creating comedic tension.
And it's nice as you land at the airport, you look out the window, see the black people, say, oh, wow, the people in Africa over your luggage, just like the people in New York.
The landscape, the people, and the wildlife all challenge his expectations in different ways. He's honest about feeling displaced despite ancestral connections, which adds unexpected depth. Moments of profound spiritual connection get interrupted by pure confusion, creating emotional whiplash.
And then everybody laughs, go, oh, he's so cute, Auntie Mike is cute. Why do people think bears are happy in the zoo? Like, look at the bear, he's so happy. I'm not let me out.
His ability to laugh at himself while respecting the place and people prevents the humor from feeling exploitative. The journey becomes self-discovery wrapped in perfectly timed comedy beats. He describes trying to connect with his heritage while simultaneously being a confused American tourist. The duality creates rich material as he's simultaneously insider and outsider in the same moment. The coolest guy on the block.
What's happening? I was young, I thought that was cool. Me and my friends would go around and talk to him. Say something to Motif. Go ahead, say something.
Richard dissects the performative nature of street coolness with surgical comedic precision. He captures the specific walk, the particular lean, and the calculated slow gestures that scream insecurity. The cool guy treats simple conversations like they're beneath him, which only amplifies how ridiculous he appears. Every physical detail from the head tilt to the exaggerated swagger becomes its own joke. Richard mimics measured speech patterns designed to sound unbothered by everything. The character speaks in half sentences and drawn-out syllables, trying to project effortless superiority. The effort required to appear effortless is where all the comedy lives. Richard never states the guy is cool, but shows the exhausting performance required to maintain the illusion. The walk alone is a full comedy bit as the guy struts with impossible confidence. His eyes scan constantly, checking if anyone's watching his performance. The comedy explodes from the gap between self-perception and reality. Everyone recognizes this exact person from their own neighborhood, making it universally funny. Richard's physical commitment sells every gesture, turning the entire body into a punchline machine. Real lions in Africa.
I'm talking about real lions, not them kind you be in the zoo. You know how you with the lion. Hey, lion!
Richard makes African lions sound both genuinely terrifying and absurdly funny through tonal whiplash. He describes fear with honest intensity, then exaggerates his panic until it becomes pure comedy. His voice work captures the moment he realizes humans aren't apex predators everywhere. The bit contrasts docile zoo lions with wild, unpredictable African lions, treating them like entirely different species. He describes understanding that fences and barriers no longer stand between him and these animals. His very American assumption that wildlife should be controlled and predictable gets shattered instantly. The lions appear completely unimpressed by his presence, which is somehow more frightening than aggression. He tries acting calm while every instinct screams to run, creating hilarious internal conflict. Richard knows exactly when to pause for effect and when to explode with renewed panic. Each detail escalates both the danger and the comedy simultaneously. He describes the lion's size in ways that make them sound like mobile cars with teeth. Their casual power becomes apparent through his descriptions of simple simple movements that radiate strength. The comedy comes from his realization that he's entered their world, not the other way around. His American tourist confidence evaporates when faced with actual African wilderness. The story clearly draws from genuine experience, giving it authenticity that manufactured stories lack. Richard makes you feel his terror while laughing at his reactions throughout the entire bit. Richard Pryor proved that the greatest stand-up comedy comes from total honesty, fearless vulnerability, and the ability to make audiences laugh at pain without ever losing sight of the truth that makes it hurt. Which Richard Pryor stand-up moment do you think was the funniest? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more legendary comedy moments.